Hi guys, happy Sunday. This video I thought I'd share my favourites of January 2015 so far. First up on my list is the cover of Uptown Funk by Max and Mike Tompkins. I am a massive fan of Max and his song Mugshot, so when this cover came out, I love the original and this cover is amazing. All of the sounds you hear on the video are made with just voices. There are no instruments and I mean look at them, they're just amazing and their voices sound awesome, so it's on my list. Next, bringing it home for the NFL, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, I know we were knocked out and we haven't got a chance of getting to the Super Bowl, but I'm still a massive Eagles fan. I have been for a very many number of years. I'm the only one actually. My uncle supports the Vikings and my friend Ed supports the Patriots. So we have a bit of rivalry going on, but I am happy that the Patriots won their match last week, so kudos to them. But yes, and I was bought this by my parents along with this, and I also have a Willy Wind hat with the Eagles on. So it's all Eagles, as you might have gathered. Next up, we have something that at Christmas I freaked out when I opened, is my EXO stuff. I was so excited. My best friend Mel bought me this, which is the EXO necklace, or EXO, depending on how you say it from where you're from. The EXO from EXO Planet Tour bracelet, and then, which was from my sister, and then also from my sister was this, which is Teo, which is my bias. See, my family and friends apart from Alex aren't really into K-pop, so when I opened them I was really surprised. And my sister also bought me this, which I was like freaking out. She bought me an EXO shirt, oh my god, and it's got Teo on the back. Oh my god! Next up I have the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. So I've read them all, but I reread Maze Runner at the end of last year when the film came out, and I'm now rereading these two, which are on my list for the 20 books I'm going to read this year if you watch my goals video, and I love them. They're so good. I did not think, well, I was going to like them, I didn't think they were going to be my cup of tea, but when I first read them and then watched the film, I'm in love. And to the anonymous who asked me on Tumblr who my favourite character was, Newt. It has to be Newt in the film and the book. Next up we have the new film Into the Storm. Into the Storm follows a group of people in the town Silverton who fall victim to a post-apocalyptic style of deadly cyclones, tornadoes and weather. I'm a massive fan of these kind of films. I love Day After Tomorrow in 2012, so I bought this over Christmas to give it a go and I was pleasantly surprised. I really liked this film. The effects were brilliant, the cast was amazing, they cast it really well. It had Richard Armitage in it for Hobbit fans and Robin Hood fans. We also had appearance by Jeremy Sumpter, who played Peter Pan. So it's got a bit for everybody. When I mentioned Jeremy Sumpter, my housemate Alice is helping me film. She's in love with him. You should have seen it because I didn't tell her before. She was like, ah!
I do like Jeremy Sumpter.
Next up we have the new Starship Entertainment programme No Mercy. I suppose you could call it kind of a reality show. They've taken 12 of their rookies and put them into this reality TV show where every week they do different tasks and at the end of it someone gets eliminated. So in the first week they were given an evaluation where they're all given numbers 1 to 12, 1 being the best, 12 being the worst. They have 4 rappers and 8 singers. Now then they had the first task and the numbers were given to them again. Now once you're given a number, that doesn't mean that number sticks with you. You can go down or up depending on your performance in relation to the other members. So then at the end of the second week they were given new numbers but nobody was eliminated. Then you had the next task where they were paired up and each pair, one would win, one would lose, and each losing member from each pair was then put up for elimination. I'm not going to tell you who was eliminated, but there was one rapper and one singer who was eliminated. I don't want to spoil it for you if you're watching the show, so I'm not going to tell you, but I cried. It was so upsetting, and it is the show No Mercy. The name is so apt because they ripped them apart. Now they're being split into groups. 2 supergroups, and they have to perform against each other and one person from the losing team will be eliminated. And for those who are asking, no, I don't have a bias at all. No bias for me, no. My bias is Sekwon. I really like Cash Gun. He's a good rapper. I like him, and his charisma on stage is amazing. Every time I watch him, I can't help smiling, and it's the same with Sekwon. So those are my two bias, with Sekwon taking #1 place. Next up on the list, we have Clarence. I have very sensitive skin, so I have to be very careful with what I wash it in, what I moisturise it with, and that kind of thing. I use Tony Moly in the summer, which you would have saw in my favourites video last year, but during the winter I tend to use Clarence because it's more heavy duty and it does really good stuff for my skin. I've been using the sensitive skin moisturiser for a while, but I just bought this over Christmas. Well, my parents bought it for me, thank you very much, which is the Gentle Foaming Cleanser, which is also for sensitive skin, and it's with shea butter. And it smells amazing, it's so good. Comes out a bit like clay, and I do use it every day. Some people say that they don't need to because it's too heavy on their skin, but for me, I use it every day and it makes it feel really soft, really moisturised before I've even put my moisturiser on. So it's a good thing, it doesn't make it feel tight or elasticated. Next up on the list, we actually have an app called Boom Beach. So I saw the advert for this on TV with my sister and it looked kind of cool and it was free to download, so I thought, why not give it a go? And now I'm addicted. This is the app, this is what it looks like, this is my little town that I've created, and every level you get to add new things and you basically create your town and you defend it with sniper towers and different guns. You collect wood, stones, gems and coins, and then you have this little icon down here in the corner, which if you click that, this is where your radar reaches. So if you upload your radar, you get to go further and buy the cloud so that it unveils more. And these here, these little red circles here, are enemy bases that you then have to conquer to get supplies, and some of them turn into resource bases, like that one which is blue, which is a wood resource base. So you're basically conquering enemy combatants for war. Next, we have something a little bit naughty. Because it was Christmas, I was bought 2 boxes, this is my last box. Oops. But nuts! Anybody who knows me knows I have a bit of a sweet tooth, and these are lethal. Oh my god, they're so good. And they're by Willy Wonka, so what's not to love? Next on my list we have a selection of music which I was bought for Christmas. We have Live, 5 Seconds of Summer, 5 Sauce, 5 Seconds of Summer album, and Black Veil Brides. I'm a really big fan of both of these bands, and I've not stopped listening to these albums since I got them on Christmas Day. They are so good, and the Live 5 Sauce album, it's amazing. They sound so good. Yeah, I'm a little bit addicted to listening to Luke's voice. Next we have 2 more books which are on my list of 20 books to read for this year. 5 Sauce, if you haven't guessed, and Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I bought this for myself because I'm a massive 5 Sauce fan, and why not? It's got all different stuff by the guys, and I think it's really cool because this side's like this and the other side's upside down because they're from Australia. If you didn't know, if you didn't guess, that's where they're from. So you have like loads of photos and stuff, and you have a contents there, that's what's inside it, and you have all these amazing photos from the tour, so like behind the scenes photos and stuff like that, and it just gives you a little bit of insight into what the boys actually do and how they got started, so I'm really excited to read that and get to find more about them. Next, of course, we have Zoe Sugg's book. Now, I know there's been some controversy around the book, whether she wrote it herself or used a ghostwriter, but she has says that the idea, the character and the storyline were hers, they are hers, so I'm a fan of hers. Loads of people use ghostwriters. It's still her idea, it's still where she got it from, so I'm willing to read it, give her a go and support her. Also, I freaked out a little bit because on the front of the book is this picture of a girl drinking a milkshake, and I have that shirt. She's wearing the same shirt in that photo. You know, might not find that interesting, but I did. And last on my list is the Korean drama Will It Snow for Christmas. Warning, there will be spoilers in this bit, so if you don't want to know, stop now. Now, as you know from my goals video, I have a massive list of K-dramas, and the way I choose which one I'm going to watch next is I FaceTime my sister, I close my eyes, I put my finger on the paper like this, and she says stop, and that's what I'm going to watch. Funnily enough, during the Christmas time, she chose Will It Snow for Christmas. Will It Snow for Christmas follows Cha Kang-jin, who is a young boy who moves to a new town with his family. He runs into some trouble, however, because his family is sort of shunned. He's been expelled from a lot of schools. His mother runs a questionable tea shop, let's put it that way, and his brother isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Him and his family run into trouble before they've even got into the town. Ji-won, who is a young, very independent, brave girl, starts shouting at them after his mother starts cutting down her brother's celebration banners. These two, for the first 2 episodes, they get into a lot of squabbles, a lot of fights, and at the end of the first episode, he gets into a bit of trouble with a guy who owns his mum's tea shop. And she sort of takes the rap for him on something that happened earlier on. I won't spoil it for you, but he comes to her rescue when this guy starts to abuse her. Okay, so these two start to become friends. He falls in love with her, she falls in love with him. It's all nice and fluffy. But in that fight where she was being abused by this other guy, he loses his necklace that was from his father that he's never known into a lake. Everyone feels really bad that he's lost this necklace, essentially because of her. His necklace fell in while he was trying to save her, so she starts swimming around in the lake for days trying to find it, and when she can't, her brother, who is very smart, has gone away to university to become a doctor. He comes back and says he's going to help her by swimming around in the lake to find the necklace for her. So needless to say, in true K-drama style, tragedy strikes, and Ji-won, feeling terribly guilty and torn up and obviously distraught, tells Cha Kang-jin that she doesn't love him and she runs away. If you guys are thinking, you just told us the whole K-drama. No. Those are only the 2 first episodes. There are so many episodes in this K-drama because after this it jumps forward some many years and we get to see them all grown up. And for all of you out there who love Kim Soo-hyun, he's in this. He's very young. I think he was like 20 at the time, 21 maybe, but he's in it. He plays Cha Kang-jin. That's who he plays. Yeah. He's so sexy, and if you watch You Who Came From the Stars, you'll be in love with him because he was amazing in that, and his career is at a height at the minute. So going back and watching this drama, I didn't know until I started watching the first couple of episodes. I was like, oh, I haven't finished this drama, but I can't wait to. I am really enjoying it. It took me a little bit to get into mind, but I'm really enjoying it. And that's it. Those are my January favourites. I hope I have inspired you to check some of these lovely things out, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hopefully will be doing these monthly now, so you get to see how things change through the months. Like, comment, subscribe and share, and I will see you next week. Bye guys!